In this video, I'm going to be ranking the top 5 best cards at each position in NBA 2K23 Myteam. So the top 5 best point guards, top 5 best shooting guards, top 5 best small forwards, power forwards, and centers as well. And you guys can let me know in the comment section down below, who do you guys think are the top 5 cards at each position and what you guys would change about my rankings. But in my opinion, I think the best point guard right now in my team is going to be the hero dark matter, Nikola Jokic. I just think he can do everything on the court at such a high level. Being a 6'11" point guard with a 7'3" wingspan, he's gonna give you that elite level defense. You know, having a 92 block, 90 steal, 92 perimeter, 94 interior defense, pretty good Hall of Fame defensive badges. He's gonna be able to lock up most point guards, and then also has an elite level jump shot with the Eric Paschall base, the Oscar Robertson upper on very quick timing, is a super quick and very easy jump shot to green with. And then he's also got very good dribble sigs for a 6'11" card. He's got the Curry size up, the John Wall escape game behind the back, so he can move pretty nicely, and then also does have the 2 best dunk packages in the game, the quick drops off 1 and the front clutches as well. So Jokic, I do think right now is the best point guard in the game, but I do have Ben Simmons being a really close second. You know, I do think his defense and his player model, his size, is super valuable for the point guard position. He's also a 6'11" point guard with a 7' wingspan, but the main difference about Ben Simmons compared to Jokic is Ben Simmons is going to be so much better at slashing to the basket. He still gets some of the best slashing animations in the game, especially for a point guard, and I also do think he's slightly better defensively just because of the animations he does get in game. But I do think Jokic best point guard, Ben Simmons number 2, but definitely a close debate for who is the best point guard. At the number 3 spot, I know a lot of people probably disagree with this one. I got LaMelo Ball at number 3. I think a lot of people would have LaMelo in their top 5, just maybe not as high as I do, because he's 6'7" at the point guard position, 6'10" wingspan. He's obviously going to be an invincible, so 55 Hall of Fame badges and every single stat at a 99. I just find his jump shot to be so fast and such a good 3-hunting jump shot. And then you also add on top of that his defense, his defensive tendencies, his stats, his badges. I do think he's slightly better than the card at my number 4 spot, which is going to be the dark matter point guard Luka. I mean, both these guys great offensively, and I think Luka is the better offensive point guard because he's got slightly better dribble sigs with the Trey fade. He also does have the Trey fade, but the Trey size up and the Trey escape. I think Luka moves a lot better in game than LaMelo, and also does have a better jump shot. But the biggest difference, I think LaMelo's better getting to the rim. He feels a little bit quicker on the court at getting to the basket, and also does play elite level defense. I would say much better compared to Luka, mainly just due to the defensive tendencies, the stats and the badges, and also just the player modeling game. But once again, I think LaMelo Ball and Luka is a really close debate for who's the 3rd and the 4th best point guard. But to round out my top 5 best point guards in my team right now, I do think it's going to be Invincible Magic. I am leaving off cards like the out of position 2 Ron Artest, Hero Michael Jordan. I think those are definitely great options. Also the Hero Hedo Turkoglu, he's another great point guard. Those are kind of my honorable mentions for the top 5 point guards. But I just think because Magic's another invincible, 55 Hall of Fame badges, 6'9" at the 1, 7' wingspan, he can do it all except have an elite level jump shot. Everything else besides his jump shot is top level at the point guard position. So I do think right now is the 5th best point guard in the game. But now moving on to the top 5 best shooting guards. At number 1, I think it has to be Invincible T-Mac. Don't think there's really too big of a debate when it does come to Tracy McGrady. I mean, he's just so good offensively. 6'8" at shooting guard, 7'2" wingspan. In my opinion, has the best jump shot in the game with the KPJ base and the Oscar upper on very quick timing. It's such a quick release. I mean, it's almost too fast sometimes. You know, like I try to agree with this card sometimes, and it feels just so fast. And then he also does have some pretty good dribble sigs with the T-Mac size up and the Curry escape. But I don't think you guys are ready for my next card, because I know a lot of people are going to disagree with this. I just personally love this card in game. I think he's so dominant, especially at the shooting guard position. And if you guys know me, you can probably guess who it's going to be. And that's Invincible LeBron. I know it might seem a little bit biased, and it probably is to some extent a little bit of bias with LeBron, but I just think this card is so elite at shooting guard. Having a card that's 6'9" at shooting guard, 7' wingspan, but he doesn't play like he's 6'9". He plays like he's 6'10", 6'11". He can just push and bully people out the way down low, gets crazy standing dunk animations. We know LeBron's going to be one of the best slashing 2 guards in the game. He can finish at the rim. He can play elite level defense, guarding the 1 through 3 at a super high level. And I know people don't like his jump shot, and I don't think it's my favorite release in the game by any means, but I still think it's a capable jump shot with the Kyle Korver base and the LeBron upper on very quick timing is actually a lot better than I was expecting. But yeah, just his dunking animations, his player model, those animations that he gets in game that are hidden, that are just so overpowered, I do think makes LeBron the second best shooting guard in the game. Once again, I know a lot of people are going to disagree with that, and that's perfectly fine. At number 3 though, I have Tim Thomas, a 6'10" shooting guard. But what I'm saying is Tim Thomas is definitely better offensively than LeBron, no question about that. But Tim Thomas does not feel 6'10" in game because his player models, it honestly feels like he's a little bit shorter. It feels like he's 6'9" or 6'8", and it feels like LeBron's 6'10". So it kind of feels like the opposite. And LeBron's player model is also just so much wider in game that I do think really helps him out on defense, makes LeBron a way better slasher going to the basket, and also a much better defender. But yes, Tim Thomas has better dribble sigs, he moves a lot better on the court, and also does have a better jump shot. So if you're looking for a 3 hunting shooting guard, Tim Thomas is definitely better than LeBron. I just think overall, including everything, LeBron is slightly better. But at the number 4 spot is going to be another amazing 3 hunting 2 guard in the game, and that's going to be the Dark Matter Terry Dishinger. I don't really need to explain too much with Terry Dishinger. You guys probably know by now what this card can do. He's just a slightly worse version of Tracy McGrady and super overpowered at shooting guard. And then to round out my top 5 best shooting guards right now on my team, I do think is actually going to be the new invincible Carmelo Anthony. And honestly, I'm thinking of putting Carmelo over Terry Dishinger. I think Carmelo is so elite at the shooting guard position, being 6'8" with a 7-foot wingspan. He's got such an elite level jump shot with the Carmelo Anthony base, the Carmelo Anthony upper on very quick timing is one of my new favorite jump shots in the game, and also does have the best dribble sigs with the Steve Francis size up, the tray escape, Dame behind the back, quick drops off one, and front clutches. You know what? I know it might sound crazy. I'm putting Carmelo over Terry Dishinger, and these are going to be my top 5 best shooting guards. Now on to the top 5 best small forwards. You guys can probably guess who number 1 and who number 2 is going to be. It's Dark Matter Bol Bol and Dark Matter Chet. Pretty much the exact same card at the small forward position. I just like Bol Bol's jump shot a little bit more, and does have a tad bit more height and a little bit better of a player model, but both going to be over 7-foot small forwards. Bol Bol 7'2" with a 7'7" wingspan, and can just do everything on the court at such a high level. Good jump shot, amazing dribble sigs, and the exact same thing when it does come down to Dark Matter Chet. At number 3, once again, I got invincible LeBron. He can still play the small forward position and be super dominant. He's got the size, he's got the player model, the defense, and also the rim running ability that I do think right now is also the 3rd best small forward in the game. At the number 4 spot though, I have invincible Giannis, a card that can be super dominant just like LeBron, with not having to score the ball and doesn't have to have the ball in the hands, where they can just be super dominant, slash into the basket, elite defense, rebounding, playmaking, backdoor cuts. Like some of these cards get some of the craziest backdoor animations. Like it is almost impossible to guard LeBron or Giannis on the backdoor cut. It is super overpowered. And then for the 5th best small forward, a couple different names you can go with. Cards like Jonathan Isaac, even Big Z are great options as well, but I do think Dark Matter KG right now is the 5th best small forward in the game. He's just like a really good defensive small forward, 6'11", 7'2" wingspan, gives you amazing defense, can knock down a jump shot, and also does have some pretty good dribble sigs. So yeah guys, that's going to be my top 5 best small forwards currently in my team. Now to talk about the top 5 best power forwards. At number 1, you got to go with the Dark Matter Manute Bol. Just still the best card in the game, super dominant at power forward, especially being 7'7" with an 8'5" wingspan. The only card that can really guard Manute Bol at power forward is honestly Taco. Every other card is way too undersized compared to Manute Bol, and I think that's what makes him the best power forward in the game. At number 2 though, it's not Taco. I got Invincible Shaq. I think Invincible Shaq does have the argument to be made as the best power forward. I just think because of Manute Bol's size, his dominance down low, able to stretch out the floor, I think that's what makes him the best power forward. But Shaq is super fast, athletic beast, great at going to the basket, has honestly a better jump shot than Manute Bol. I just think the height does make a pretty big difference, but I do have Shaq as the 2nd best power forward in the game. At number 3 though, you still got to give it to Taco Fall, 7'6" at power forward, 8'2" wingspan. Just like Manute Bol, has one of the best player models in the game, and is still one of the best paint defenders, and also one of the best mashers in the game, and has a capable enough jump shot where he can green somewhat consistently. At number 4 and 5 is going to be cards that are just super elite at that power forward position. Is Dark Matter Kristaps, a really good stretch stretch 4. Kristaps is 7'3" with a 7'6" wingspan, can shoot the 3 ball at a super high level with an elite level jump shot. And then you got Artis Gilmore, a defensive power forward, a guy that can really clamp up, most power forwards in the game. He's got great player model, he's got great defensive stats and badges. Just wish Artis had a better jump shot, because if he did, I think he'd be slightly better than Kristaps. But now going on to the last position, the top 5 best centers in the game. Once again, you got to give it to Manute Bol. I think he's the best card in the game, whether it's at power forward, whether at center. He's just so dominant at whatever position or whatever game mode you play him in. Like if you're playing a triple threat online or something like that, or co-op, he's just the best card in my team. Now for the second best center, I think it's actually Rick Smith. I do like Rick Smith slightly over Yao Ming, and I think it really just comes down to the jump shot, because if I quickly compare Rick Smith to Yao, that's like the only huge difference. I know Yao Ming's a little bit taller and has a little bit better of a player model and wingspan. Cool, that's definitely Yao Ming. He's a little bit taller, has a little bit more size. Stats and badges wise, I feel like it's very similar between the cards, not really too much of a difference. Kind of same thing with the badges. Yao Ming's gonna have 5 more Hall of Fames, but really don't think it's gonna make too big of a difference. I also like that Rick Smith does have clamp breaker and quick first step, so it can be a little bit quicker, with the ball in his hands. But I don't think the stats and the badges matter too much, but I don't think it matters really too much when it comes down to Rick Smith and Yao. I think it just comes down to the animations, and I would definitely take Rick Smith's jump shot every single day over Yao Ming's. I think it's a way better jump shot, and that's why I do think he takes the slight edge over Yao Ming and being the second best center. Now for number 4, I got Ralph Sampson, man. I think this Ralph Sampson card is so dominant at the center position. I know a lot of people really don't like him too much, or at least that's what I saw from a couple people on Twitter, but I think Ralph Sampson is an absolute dog at the center position, 7'4" with a 7'8" wingspan. I think he's a better defensive version of Rick Smith, but just with a worse jump shot, because I will say his jump shot's not on the Rick Smith level, and I do also think it's a slightly worse jump shot than Yao Ming's, and that's why I think he's behind those two cards, because if he had a better jump shot, if he had like a Rick Smith level jump shot, I think he'd be the second best center in the game, but I do have him as the 4th best. And then to round out my top 5 best center cards currently in the game, I think you got to give it to Artis just because of his size at the center position. He gives you elite level defense, and like I said, has a great player model in the game. So yeah guys, that's going to be my top 5 cards at each position in my team. These are going to be my top 5 best point guards, top 5 best shooting guards, top 5 best small forwards, top 5 best power forwards, and top 5 centers as well. Let me know in the comment section down below. Like I said earlier, let me know what you guys would change about my ranking, but hopefully you guys did enjoy the video, and I'll catch you guys in the next one. Peace.